Hey there, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 13th. We're going to just jump right in here. These readings are going to be a little shorter this month. I have a bit of a time crunch this month, but you have this card that says Groundhog Spirit, says time to let go. You have this Lion Spirit, it says be generous of spirit. So the Groundhog is about like death and rebirth and kind of like moving through different cycles. Groundhogs have like multiple chambers in their burrows, and they kind of go from one chamber to the other. And again, it kind of represents this death and rebirth cycle. So I do feel some of you could be experiencing like a change in your life, or you could be kind of making big changes and going through like multiple deaths and rebirths in your life. But, this is going to be probably a good thing. So these changes are necessary, but you might find yourself like, kind of the energy I get here is that you might be, it's kind of like, how do I describe this here, Taurus? It's like you start something, could be a project, or a business or whatever you're working towards here with the Eight of Pentacles. And it's like you start it and then maybe it comes to an end and you start something else. But it's like each one of the steps is adding up to, the big picture. Let's put it that way, right? And sorry, I knew that this wasn't on and I still didn't turn it on. But anyway, again, I think that some of you, it's like you are kind of, each step that you're taking right now is adding up to the big picture. And that's really where I feel this reading is going, especially with this first card being the Eight of Pentacles. It's like you are getting there, you are making progress, but maybe it feels like you're not, because maybe you switch between ideas, or maybe you start investing your time into something, could even be a relationship, and then you have to go to like the next one, right? And but the good news is I feel like this is like coming to an end. It's like the switching, the back and forth energy. Your crossing energy is a Chariot. The Chariot says you are in alignment with what you want. The crossing energy can be what hurts you or helps you. So again, sometimes I feel both. And so as long as you're in alignment with the big picture, then I feel things will go, of course, according to plan. If you're not in alignment, that's where I feel the kind of like the obstacles, the challenges, those things start to pop up. So you have to make sure that you are kind of like, embracing the energy of what you want, but we also have to like adopt the habits, as I always say, the routines, the different things that people who are successful doing what we want, we have to like adopt those habits so that we can be in alignment with the big picture. And, I really feel that's what this reading is talking about, plain and simple. In the area of your thoughts, you have the Sun, so very happy. Looks like, I think this is a good month for you. A lot of energy in Taurus, right? And I think things are kind of more going your way, and you're experiencing progress. So I feel like you're feeling happy. I think your mind is on the right things as well with the Sun. It's like you're thinking about that, even your thoughts are in alignment with what you want, is what this is saying to me. So I feel like you're kind of going in the right direction. I also feel like the Sun is shining on you. Whenever you have the Sun, especially in any part of this first part of a Celtic cross, it kind of just suggests that, the universe is on your side, or the Sun is shining on you and providing you with positive energy or enlightenment or answers to what you're doing. In the area of your foundation, you have the Page of Cups. Some of you could be thinking about love here, and the Page of Cups could be like a secret admirer, or just an admirer in general, or a person that you admire. So for those of you that are looking for love, there's definitely something going on here. I mean, we go up to the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is like a lot of desire. You even have this Chalice card, which kind of looks like the Ace of Cups in your past position. And just because it's coming up in your past position doesn't mean that it's like not an energy that you're dealing with right now. But I do feel like there could be a love offer. I'm pretty sure in your last reading I said this as well, that there could be a love offer coming in for you. And it kind of feels like something, it's like maybe you're not looking for love, right? Maybe you're not, maybe you are, but also maybe it's kind of just like something that you're like, if it happens, it happens. I get that feeling for some of you. And again, there could be a person who's approaching you. The other benefit of having the Page of Cups in your foundation is that fish right there, that might not exist. That might be part of his imagination. It might be something that, he is dreaming of having. And you have in your foundation, which says you're bringing like a dream down to earth, or you're starting to manifest a dream down on earth, which is great. In your past position, you have the Page of Wands. I'm hearing the word like seeker or seeking, like you've been looking for something. I feel like you've been looking for something for a long time. I also think it's interesting that this cup is empty, and then he has the fish in this cup right here. It's almost like you are kind of discovering the missing piece to the bigger picture in your life, or you're discovering at least an idea. That, again, that fish might be part of his imagination, so it might not exist, which is fine, but you could be at least kind of getting an answer as to like what the next steps need to be in your life. And I feel like this is something that you've been seeking with the Page of Wands. I also kind of get this feeling on the Page of Wands that you kind of feel like you have been going in the right direction. You kind of feel like you have, but also not, right? I feel like sometimes you are pretty sure of yourself, and then other times you're not. And I kind of feel that's part of the Page of Wands, where it's like sometimes you're sure of yourself, sometimes you're not, and you're just kind of like learning to work through that energy. You have this Chalice card that says rejuvenation and fulfillment on it. I feel that, of course, you being a Taurus, you are very focused on fulfillment, luxuries, the nicer things in life. And I feel you've been looking for ways to, kind of attract more good things into your life with this Chalice card. I also, again, I get that feeling of kind of like looking for an idea or something that will take your life to the next level or will lead to a victory with the Chariot, and I think that's what you've been looking for. The Chariot is about like setting yourself apart. So, kind of with this energy here, I feel that maybe you have been looking for ways to make yourself stand out, like in work or business or even in love, right? Maybe you want to stand out above all the rest so that you can attract a person who also stands out above all the rest. And, I feel like you're finally getting the ideas necessary to make that happen. You have the Two of Pentacles. I'm getting something about investment here. Like, I feel like I feel this is saying, don't overinvest in things. Like, you have this Serpent card. It says a sly, subtle approach is needed. And I'll show you that in just a second. But it's almost like it's saying, like, don't overinvest in new ideas, new directions, new projects, new people. I feel I'm not really getting traditional Two of Pentacles here. I'm more getting like, the things that you are starting are going to change. So if you overinvest in the new things that you're starting, then it will kind of be like a little bit of a waste, So I feel like this is saying that, like, can you start something, like in business, we have the minimal viable product. Like, what's the smallest thing that you can start? And I know I always say this to you, but, really it's what I get from all your readings. It's like, can you, test things out? Can you start things small with this sly and subtle approach is needed, and kind of like just know that things are going to change over time. And I really feel that energy for you. I've been feeling that energy since, I think it was like the end of 2022 when we had that eclipse in Taurus, and we also had the eclipse in Scorpio. I can't remember if that was the end of 2022 or, I'm pretty sure it was. So whatever. It was one of those years. And, I think that since that time, I've basically been saying to you that being flexible is going to be your kind of like your superpower, or learning how to be flexible. And so that includes like not over investing in things so that you're not over committed to anything. And, that flexibility is going to be the thing that allows you to kind of like evolve and become successful. I really feel that this groundhog spirit is talking about an evolution, because it's like you're going from one chamber in your burrow to another. You're evolving with something, you're growing with something, instead of just making something happen. I hope that makes sense. It's more like a process that you're going through. In the area of the next few months, you have the Five of Cups. Again, I think that this has to do with overinvestment. So if you are over-investing in things, then I feel that there could be some regrets. I don't really see this as like good or bad. And to me, fives have very easy solutions. The solution is to see these two cups, then you get this bridge and this castle. So the Five of Cups is all about gratitude and being grateful for the journey. And we are going to clarify through this reading, so we will see what else comes up here. But again, I kind of feel this is more of that. It's like saying, if you overinvest, you will have maybe some regrets. Are they real regrets? No, we're not. We're not talking about something major here, but we're just talking about like maybe you saying like, oh, I wish I didn't give that so much energy, or I wish I, didn't give that so much money or so much time or whatever. So I feel like small investments in the things that you're doing, and also just having the mindset like, that, over time, things are going to change. Things will be different if I start this business, and maybe over time it'll turn into something else. Same thing with love. Like if I date this person, maybe over time things will change. Could be for the better. Doesn't even have to be, a regret, right? But also if you overinvest with a person, sometimes I think overinvesting with a person, it kind of, I don't want to say it ruins the relationship, but it kind of sets certain expectations. And I feel this is saying like if you don't do that, then, things will go well. In the area of your closest relationships, you have the Hangman. Again, same thing with relationships, not just love, all relationships. The Hangman is kind of like a watch and see card. It's a card of gaining enlightenment and allowing things to develop. So again, I would make sure that in relationships, business relationships, work relationships, that you're kind of more in this position of wait and see. And that doesn't mean you can't put time, effort, or energy into your relationships. It just says like not too much, right? Don't over invest in anything. And I feel like this will help you get closer, to the big picture here, whatever that is for you. You have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning. Ace of Wands is also out with the old, in with the new. So they're clearly, and this is in your future feelings. So I feel like you're feeling good. The Ace of Wands is my favorite card in the deck. It is definitely a reinvention, by the way. This castle in the background is meant to look like it's crumbling. So it's out with the old, in with the new. And the whole entire reading is kind of talking about how you could be, leaving one thing behind kind of, or, evolving something. That's more the feeling I get here. It's not so much that you're, going to be cutting something out of your life. I feel it's more of an evolution. So, if it's your business, maybe you're just taking it in a different direction. It's not like completely changing. There are just some changes that are going on. Same thing with love. It's like, I kind of get the feeling here that some of you, it's like maybe you attract a person who's like moving or something like that. So, you could be attracting a person. It's like you have to make a quick decision to move or travel, or there's going to be some changes there. And so I kind of feel that there's some sort of new beginning, that you've already been working on. And it's leading in a change in your life. And the Ace of Wands is, again, a very exciting change. It's a very positive change. You have the Four of Cups here at the outcome. The Four of Cups is about mixing everything together and popping it in the oven. As I always say, it's like he's manifested, the flour, the sugar, the eggs, all the ingredients necessary to bake a cake. But he needs to pop that baby in the oven and let it bake, right? And I kind of feel like that's where you're at. It's like you haven't experienced a bunch of disappointments. You've experienced a bunch of ingredients that you need to now take the lessons you've learned. You need to mix those things together so that you can produce a result. The big picture, we'll call it, because, I feel like that's what's going on here. You also have this higher power card. I feel like everything is just working out. Everything will work out and everything is going in the right direction with this higher power card. I feel like you're being guided as well. So, trust your inner guidance system and all that other good stuff. With the Eight of Pentacles and the Chariot, you have the World. Some of you could be traveling or moving, of course, with the Chariot and the World. But, this could also just be you working towards an accomplishment. I do feel that this year in general, you could be accomplishing more than you ever have. It seems like a very busy time. You have that Eight of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles. Those are both hard work cards. And so you're putting work into your, projects, businesses. I feel like you are putting work into work, just in general, with the Eight of Pentacles. And the World would be an achievement. With the Sun, you have the Knight of Swords. It's like happiness rushing into your life here. Sometimes I don't like the Knight of Swords. He can be he's like forcing something to happen, but, at the same time, the Sun is a very positive card. It makes the whole entire reading more positive, and I feel you're just kind of, experiencing quick positive results. With the Page of Swords, you have the Six of Swords. Yeah, moving on to calmer shores. Definitely, everything in the reading is saying that you're moving forward from something. This woman and this child in this boat, they have nothing with them but the clothing on their back. So they're leaving their whole entire life behind and they're starting over. But really, these 6 swords in the front of the boat, they kind of represent the lessons, the experiences, the things that they've learned through their journey, and they're bringing all of that forward. So it's like you're not starting from scratch. You're starting from a place of knowledge and wisdom as you move forward, and, that's good. With the Page of Wands, you have the Three of Wands. Again, the seeking energy, exactly what I was saying. Three of Wands, he's like seeking. He's looking into the future. It's a card of foresight. And he sees those ships on the water. Those ships represent an adventure he could go on, but he is looking for something. And I feel like you have been looking for the idea, the Page of Cups, that fish in the cup, the dream. What is the ideal life for you? And you've been trying to, find the answers. It's like you're finally getting the answer. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Wands. I'm pretty sure everybody's had the Seven of Wands in these readings, and I think it's a good time for us to protect our work. So whatever you're working on, protect it from things that could get in the way, or, if there are people or habits or bad habits or whatever that are kind of preventing you from making progress, I would put boundaries up. With the Five of Cups, you have the Six of Cups. I feel like this is more of that energy of like wishing that things could be the way they used to be. And, we're in a different world now. And I feel that people need to realize that, things will never be the same, but that's okay. We are in this place where I believe we need to build new things, bigger and better things. You have the Ace of Wands. literally building something new. So instead of, as I encourage everyone, instead of focusing on the breaking, focus on building something amazing in the world that brings more positivity into the world. And, that will make you not think about the way things used to be. And that's what I would focus on with that Six of Cups. I do also feel that you could be attracting a soulmate. With the Hangman, you have the Five of Pentacles. It's kind of funny. I do feel like some of you have like maybe a stronger desire for love. Even if you're saying I don't want love, I feel like you have a stronger desire for connection or making a connection. So I would encourage you to like seek out connection here. And it doesn't have to be love. It could just be a friendship, meeting with like-minded people. All of that I think would make you feel more supported. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Page of Swords. Yeah, something is capturing your attention as well. We have the Sun, the Page of Cups, Page of Swords. Page of Swords is about something that makes you curious. And so I feel like there could be like a new, sudden insight. The Ace of Wands can be like a spark, it can be a sudden insight that you're receiving that is kind of getting you excited to, work towards something or create something in your life. With the Four of Cups, you have the Three of Cups. There you go. Celebration, like-minded people, people that can support you, people that can, kind of lead you towards a harvest. Those people on that card, they're celebrating a harvest. And so I feel for a lot of you, you could be like attracting people who help lift you up financially even. You have this Teardrops card. It says great personal sorrow. There is a little bit of sadness here. Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. So again, I think the sadness is thinking about the way things used to be and just needing to realize that really you're feeling this way because you have to build something new. You have this Tiger. It says doing something risky, taking a chance. I feel for you, it's the evolution is that the thing that you need to do, like take the risk on, right? Is because you're evolving something, it's different, it feels different, and maybe you're a fixed sign and you have a single focus, but which is good, but also I think take a risk to evolve something. You have a mule. This Mule card says someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. Like I'm not saying that that's you, but I'll just throw it out there, Taurus. Maybe it's you, right? So be willing to evolve. You have this Grapes card that says time to go out and have fun. Yes, Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. So make sure you're balancing that energy. And you have this Eye card. It says psychic ability, trust your intuition, higher power. Your intuition is guiding you. But this is a really good reading, Taurus. I like where it's going. Definitely big picture reading. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.